Yeah, so let's get started, guys. So, yeah, good morning, good evening to everyone. Yeah, I think we talked about more or less all the topics. It just like recapping and then adding some extra topics. Huh?
Yes, Narasimha.
Yeah, so I think we talked about all the transformations supported by data integration. Yeah.
Unconnected lookup, will you be able to talk on that?
Oh, I not covered, huh?
No, unconnected lookup, data loader, then some ACD type 1 to 3 incremental load, those things not covered yet, Narasimha.
Oh, that is just a template, Rahman. You can just, yeah, anyway, we'll do it one by one. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, so that's very simple. So I'll try to show one, others you guys can do it. Yeah.
Then
This,
maybe you can show us like ACD type 2, then we can do by 1
yeah,
and 3.
yes, one of them I'll show it.
Yes,
Yeah, so you see, if you want to perform some task-based operations, right? You just have to supply the input, nothing else. Rest all has been taken care by Informatica. Yeah. So we'll try to see. I think some tasks I've already explained it, but I'll show even a CD task as well. Unconnected, I've not talked about it. Huh? Let's see.
right.
Yeah. So SCD type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type whatever, right? They all have been designed to take care of what either insert or update or upsert. Yeah. So we can perform those operations. Yeah. So like first SCD type 1 override, type 2 history, type 3 state column level, type 4 mix of 2 and 3 and so on, right? But in this particular IICS, they have built templates for SE type 1 and type 2. To perform that, we can just go to warehousing section. Can you see here? SCD type 1, SCD type 2. Let's say we are trying to perform one of them. We just have to supply the inputs. Yeah? So mapping task based on, let us say, SCD1 or whatever. Yeah. Where you can just supply the runtime environment, which is going to be agent here. Yeah. Yeah. Now, can you see here? We got source and we got the router, and it is making also expression transformation to calculate, insert or update. Then it is also making use of what we call sequence generator to identify uniqueness of each record, then route it to what? This is a router, route it to what? Either insert or update. This is done by them. So we don't need to build like what we do in Power Center, whatever. Yeah. So now let us click on next. So see, I'm going to supply blindly input, nothing else. I don't need to do, or you don't need to do anything here. Can you see here? This is what dimensional connection. Yeah. So let us apply. Let's say we are using one of the connection, which is flat file connection. First one, let us say SEQ1. Yeah. Search for it. Yeah. Now here we can supply SEQ1 as dimensional source, right? And then second one. So we can also supply the second one to filter it. If you want, we can do it, or else it's an optional thing. Let us try to make use of most of the options. so that we all can understand like what do they do and how do they help us. Yeah. Let's say here we are going to make use of IICS 2. Yeah. And click on select. Then next. Yeah. Now source side is supplied. Now the next question on the target side, either it could happen either insert or update. That's what we have seen as part of mapping, right? Which is a pre-built task or pre-built template. Yeah. Now let us apply the target. It's very, very easy. Yeah. We are not building any logic at all. It is taken care by Informatica. Hmm. Now let us apply any target here. So we got multiple pre-built targets. One of them can be supplied here. Let's say address part one. I'm supplying, let us say, any file, doesn't matter. It'll just go and perform, insert or update, whatever. So in this case, it is going to get updated. Yes. Here let's say we are using ag. This is for update. This is for insert we are using. Correct? That's all. Insert means newly added ones. Update means modified ones. That's all.
Aggregator. Why we are using ag.txt in here?
Sorry? Yes,
Ag
Raymond.
ag.txt. Why we use
One
that?
of the target. Ag.txt aggregate. See, one is for inserting and second is for update. Raymond. Got right?
Right.
Insert happens for new records where there is no match, let us say. Update happens for matching records where update would take place. Correct, no?
Right. There's matching, but update also there. Like modified record is there. Then it
Exactly.
will
If
get
it's a
okay.
modification, update would take place. If it is a new one, insert would take place. Correct, no?
Correct.
Exactly. Now we can supply what key, which key that will be taken as input for sequence. So we supplied what C1. Correct, no? Now let us supply what surrogate key, which column, sequence generator, right? So which one
Right.
we are going to use? Let's say we have C1. Yeah. Then, so two things are done, right? And third one, primary key source. So we can supply here again here also C1. Yeah. So that's it. Because based on C1, we are trying to check whether there is a uh, newly added record or existing record. We can say that C1 is going to be the key column. Based on that, we take a call whether to insert or update. It's as simple as that. Yeah. Now we can supply what I can connect columns to what any target columns. This is from address part one dot py, and other one we can also see in the bottom. It's already connected here. C1 to C1, C2 to C2, whatever. This is what ag.txt. So two targets we have and conditions we supply. That's it. Yeah. So yeah. So now let us try to click on next. Yeah, can you see here? So we have got generate key, starting value, initial value is 1, current value 1. Because every row, so we need to identify unique variant because similar records, still we need to have unique way to identify. Yeah. For that, it uses what sequence ID. That's it, over. Yeah. Now we can just run this part. I think we discussed, right? Association properties and parameter, all that I think we discussed. Click on finish. Yeah. Yeah. Now run this particular mapping task, which is based on SE type 1. So did we do anything here? Nothing. We just supplied inputs because the logic part has been taken care by Informatica. Yeah. That's a benefit of usage of pre-built tasks or pre-built templates. We just fill the template which we supplied just input here. That's all we did. Nothing else. Yeah.
So if we want to change like initial value because it started from on, but if we choose, let's say about it will start from 20, not 1.
Mhm.
Is there any option we can change that?
Yeah, very much possible. But yeah, that's okay. That's possible anyway. But that's not our intention here. Here the intention is what? Whether it's a new record or modified record. That's a goal. Rest all it's which been taken care by Informatica, but numbers it doesn't matter. Like whether it starts with a 1 or 10 or 20 or 2. This is internal reference to take a decision to perform update or insert. That's a job of Informatica. Yes. But to answer your question, if you want to do that, yes, it's very much possible. Like what we do in sequence generator transformation, right, Raymond? Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So we're doing like SSD type on in here, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it
Same.
will hold new record and like a previous record. Am I correct?
Exactly. If there's a modification, update would take place. If it's a new one, insert would take place. New ones will be in one target, update ones in another target. That's what we capture as part of target, right? Yes or no? Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, like
Thank you.
if you go back here and look at these targets, right? There are two targets. Yes or no? One for insert, other for update. Yeah. Can you see here? This one is one target where we take care of insert part. Clear, Rahman? And other target where we perform what? Update. Clear, no? Rahman?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Now click on, I think we have already done it. Yeah. So
Yes.
six rows have got, we got it, right? Yes, and as part of result. Now we can just go and see the data. Can you see here? These are the matching records. So that is why these are all what? Updates. Yeah. So that's what AGG, right? If you get just go back to this particular target, see here we are performing what? Update. Because similar records. Similar means what? Based on input data. What we give here, input data here, SEQ1, SEQ2. See 1 and we can see 1, 4. 1, there are 4 records. 4, there's 1 record. 1, 4, we have it in second source also, right? So can you see 1, 4, right? Yes or no? And
Correct.
one new record is what? Triple 1, where there is no match with what? This one. So triple 1 is going to be the insert. 1, 4 is going to be what? Update.
Update.
Because 1, 4 we have gotten same both the sources, right? Yes or no? That's it. Now let us take a look at the result in now. What another target? Another target is what we gave, right? Yes or no?
Correct.
So now let us try to open and look at the data. See here we got unmatched one. For that, insert should take place. Very simple. See, we have not done anything. We just subtract input. nothing else, right? So that's very easiest part as part of ISCS. But in case of Power Center, we have to take care of router part, expression part, sequence generator, building, all that we have to take care. Did we do that here? Answer is no. Yeah, because it's a template. That's the benefit of using IICS. This doesn't require any knowledge. So even business users, right? Yes or no? They themselves can perform this operation. That is the benefit of IICS. Now, likewise, I think we have seen multiple templates. If I remember correctly, we talked about some of the templates, right? Yes or no? Like in case of task flows, also we talked about some templates. Yes or no? So let it come. I think we talked about linear task flow or task flow with a sequence or sequence decision, whatever, right? There are pre-built templates. We just filled or we just supplied the input. Yes or no? This we have done. Parallel task we have done. We don't need to think because as a template, we just have to supply the input. And even in mapping in task also, I think we talked about synchronization task, replication task. Yes or no? Similarly, we have also talked about so these are templates. We just have to supply the input. Yeah. So and components different thing. Task is the main thing, guys. Here we can see lots of templates. Yeah. So what's the next question? Unconnected lookup. Huh?
Yes.
So let us see. See, lookup is basically we use it in order to perform what we call key value pairs. Meaning what? For a given key, we expect corresponding value. Or we can also say name value pair. For a given input name match, you'll get corresponding value. Or we can also say practical example country country lookup table where for a given country code we can obtain what corresponding country name. Yeah. Similarly, we can think of many more examples where there is a need to think of using lookup. Yes or no? Now, to perform that, we can use either connected lookup or unconnected lookup. Connected runs with what? Pipeline. Whereas unconnected lookup works with what? Uh, no pipelining, which is no connection. So let us do that. The first thing, in order to perform lookup, what need to be done here? We just have to select the lookup transformation and start getting it configured. So first thing, right? Unconnected means we need to make sure that configure lookup and make it available as an orphan or a zombie. Once we are done with that, anybody can make use of that particular lookup transformation. Remember that. But in order to make use of it, so we need to find a way to make a call by supplying the input. Input is going to be what? A country code. For a given country code, one can obtain the corresponding country name. That's it. Now let us try to understand like how to get it configured by using what lookup. Can you see here? We just have to specify unconnected. This is checkbox, which indicates we are going with what? Unconnected lookup. This is going to be the first step that we all need to do when it comes to unconnected lookup. Now, the next question, incoming fields. So, which means incoming means what? Caller need to supply the input as what? A code. That's it. So, which means input need to be added as part of this. Let's say input C1, assuming that we expect C1 column data from the source system. Based on that, let's say one can obtain C2 column data, which means in here, C1 is going to be the code and C2 is going to be the value or details, right? Incoming is done. So now the question, which means what? If you say incoming field, caller should supply the input. Remember that. So the caller means what? Caller could be through some other transformation, like expression transformation or Java transformation, or through some other means. We don't care from where this particular what you call input comes from. What we care here is whether we could able to perform lookup operation based on the caller request or not. Now let us apply the lookup. Remember, guys, if you take any combinable transformation like a union or a joiner or a lookup, in all the cases, we can supply minimum two sources as input. In this case, lookup is going to be one of the source system. Yeah. For instance, let's say we are going with what source file connection. In that, let's say we are making use of sequential file 2 as a lookup, yeah, which means we will use this particular SAQ2 for comparison. So supply SAQ2, that's it. Hereafter, what is the next step we need to perform here? Supplying the lookup condition, which means here we compare the lookup field against with incoming field, which means a caller field with lookup field. So caller, let's say C1 example, it will compare the lookup C1. If it matches, you'll have a corresponding value obtained from lookup. If it doesn't match, then the data from lookup will be empty or a null or zero, depending upon the type that we use. If it is a string type, it will be empty or null. If it is a numeric type, it will be zero. In case of unmatch, matching case, whatever return value that we have for C2, you'll get that. It's as simple as that. So click on plus and select what? C1, and then can you see here? This is going to be the input. That's it. Likewise, you can have n number of incoming fields which can be compared against with what? Lookup. In this case, we are trying to make use of one column as a reference for comparison. That's it. After that, by default, what you call in unconnected lookup, we can specify, can you see return value? What is our expectation here? For a given C1 match, get corresponding C2 value. Yes or no? So that's what we are trying to do over here, right? So that's it. That's all. Like how we could able to configure lookup transformation. Right? Any questions on this?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good. So now let us start getting into what next step. Let's say source. Source, let us say we have got SAQ1. That's where we got, let us say, source system data. So let us try to supply the source file connection. Then we have what, let's say SAQ1. Yes. Yeah. So we got three fields, right? So far, so good. Yeah. Now we got the source data and lookup data. So as we all know that in order to perform any data combination, we have to have at least two source systems. So that we made it ready. Now the next question, how are we going to make a call so that we could avail the capabilities of what we have in the lookup transformation? So now let us to do that. Let us try to delete this particular link. No, because in between source and target, we need to make a call. To do that, one of the transformation that we have in this IIC is what? Expression transformation. Or Java also is fine. So let us take this. Done. Now supply source, which will become as input to what? Expression transformation. Now from expression target. So now this will become as what? Either orphan or zombie, where there is no connectivity either from source of or even to target. Remember, which means unconnected means what? No pipelining, which means what? No line with arrow or no buffer. There should not be any direct connectivity between the source and lookup. So now indirectly we are going to make a call. It's just like a function call, right? So you'll build one function as a library function. For example, f. Let's say I'll just put f lookup. Yes or no? It expect what? Input as a C1. Now, what we do here, we'll just perform condition. If, let's say, C1 matches with what? Lookup C1. If it matches, then we are going to get what? Return value, which is return C2. It's as simple as that. Now, the question, who is going to make a call? That's where we are trying to make use of expression transformation. Yes or no? Where we get data from C1, C2, and C3. That's what we connected here, right? Yes or no? So from here, if you look at this expression transformation, where you'll have all three fields as input. You can see, right? So that's what I kept it as part of this function. Then once we have it, within this, we are going to make a call to lookup. F function lookup by supplying what? C1. That's all. Job is done. Now we can capture the result, let's say integer, whatever, integer C2 result, which is equal to, oh my God, F lookup by supplying what? C1. C1 has come from where? This one argument, which is input, right? Which is from source system. That's all. Now the control will get into this particular block where n number of statements would get evaluated. So you'll get what? Return value, which is C2. So you can just put integer as return. Okay. So F lookup, right? So it is going to return here. So to the column, this guy is making a call, right? You'll get this particular C2 result. So which can be printed or whatever, right? So that's what we do here. Yeah. This is what this is as simple as that. Same thing we are trying to do it as part of this mapping. Good, right? Clear, right? Yes or no? Concept wise.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Raymond, Ali. Yeah. Chit. Yeah. Now click on plus to make a call. Let's say I'll just put here C2 result. Yeah. Say okay. Now click on configure. So here we just have to go to built-in functions where we can see lookup category. Can you see here? Because in the same workspace, we have got what lookup transformation. Yes or no? That is why Informatica takes care of adding separate category, which is lookup. Now, if you try to expand, here you can see U underscore lookup. That's the name of the transformation, right? Yes or no? Then supply input. Input you can get it from fields. So what is the input we need to supply here, guys? C1. So that's it. Now validate. That's all. Clear, right? Yes or no? So this is how we can make a call to lookup transformation. Clear? I hope it's clear. Rahman, Ajit, and Ali.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Now say okay. That's it. Yeah. So now that we can configure the target. Now take any target. Yes. So I'll just put here lookup unconnected dot txt txt. Sorry. Yeah. Now let us save this mapping underscore unconnected lookup. Yeah, right. So that's it. Yeah. Now run it. Yeah. So this way we could able to perform what unconnected lookup. Yeah. I can just monitor this. Yeah, here you want to look at the status of that. See, now you can just click on it. See, it is successful already. Yeah. So look up unconnected TGT, right? So or else you can just go back and see here. Mapping unconnected lookup success. 6 rows, right? Just now only. See, unconnected. See, lookup logic is what? Is equivalent with which type of join, guys? Left outer join. Yes or no? Same thing. Now let us see the result here. Yeah, can you see here? We got all 6 rows. Now let's analyze here. Wherever there is a match, 1, 4, there is a match, right? SEQ1 with SEQ2. In that, we could obtain C2 result, which is the last one, 2 and 5, which will be obtained from lookup table. You got it, right? Now 7, there is no match. That is why C2 is what? Empty, which is C2 result is what? Empty. Clear, no? Next, we have got 1, where there is a match. We'll get what? 2, 2, 2, whatever. Because here also it is 2, right? So for a given key, what you call matching key, we can obtain the corresponding result. You got right? This is how unconnected lookup is going to work. Concept is same, unconnected, but the way we do is different with unconnected. I hope you got it right, Raymond and all. Yeah?
Yes.
Ajit, Bharat, and all. Yeah. I hope it's clear, right? Yes or no? Any
Yeah.
questions on this unconnected part?
No, no,
Clear.
no.
Right. Now let us try to get into what anyway we started, right? Let me cover some new topics also. So let us
Uh,
say,
Data loader is missing. Will you be able to touch a little bit on data loader?
so that we don't have a license here, Raymond.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right?
And another thing, so if there is a duplicate, like a row level or column level,
Mhm.
so how we remove that?
That is very simple. See, within this data integration itself, when
Like
you
column
try to
level,
make
let's
a
have a column.
sorter with unique option,
Row
let
level, we can use sorter and we can minimize that. But how about column level?
column level means when you try to compare, right? We
Right.
compare based on one column instead of all the columns. That's it. Yeah. The condition is based on column specific. That's what we do. Yeah. But ETL tools are going to fail in that column level. So that is why quality tools and MDM tools have become popular. Raymond. That's
Okay.
where we take care of match, merge. In match, we identify matching record based on one or two or three n number of columns. Then merge, we perform based on a column. In the sense, one column data might be good from one source system, other column data might be good from other source system. So that we cannot get it from ETL tools. Yeah, that is where that's the biggest flaw that we have with data integration tools. So to solve that, we use what data quality or MDM. MDM is very rich to perform these kinds of activities. Raymond,
Okay.
fine. Sort, I think unique option. I think you would have seen it. Let me show that. Where do you have that option?
No, no, I can do that now. That's fine.
Yes, yeah. That's straightforward. Yeah. Fine. Any other questions? The quality perspective, I think I didn't talk about anything because it's not part of this content. But still, let me. We have time, right? I'll just try
Yes.
to cover at least one or two.
So, Nazuma, this is the last class, eh?
Yes. No, last session it's last lesson, but it's just extra thing I'm trying to cover.
Okay. Last week recording, please share, na? All Monday to Friday.
Yeah, I'll share one link. In that you'll get
Okay.
all. Yes, today I'll do
All
it.
now.
I think now itself
Okay.
I'll do it. I think because this is the main thing, right? I think total there are with including today 34 videos. Yeah, You can play all 34 videos. Each video will be at least 1 hour. Yeah? So around 34 hours. If not
And you
34, let's
told
say
like you will give the permission of Google Drive also at the end of the session.
yes, yes, yes. You can take throughout a lifetime. You can use it, Bharat. Yeah? But use it, but don't misuse it. That's fine. For learning, anytime you can just play and understand. Bharat, yeah. Even after
Sure,
that,
sure.
after playing, right? If you get any kind of question, right, you can always send an email to me. I'll respond. In case if you need discussion on that, I'll just plan one day. We can just get it closed. So it's not that today because I finished, we can just it's the end of this business. No, I'm not that kind of guy, guys. Yeah.
That's why
Anytime,
actually I
yes,
like
please.
we don't have your contact info or some places where I can ask if there is any doubt.
Yes, I'm sending mails, right? I think you have email ID, right,
Uh, yes,
Raymond?
yes.
So
Even though we don't know it's your personal email ID or Mind Magic's email ID. One thing
no, no,
is,
no. That's RISL. I think I sent it, right? You can send a mail to that ID. You'll get a response from me directly. Ali?
okay. And another thing, Narsimha, I'm expecting like l- what they said, the lab, the training, like practicals
Uh-huh.
for the life project, because they mention it over there. So I was expecting the same thing, like, at the end of the classes, maybe we'll go for the life, like project with the group wise, or we have to do,
You can just give
some
the
kind of
exercise, Ali. Yes,
exercise
I
kind of.
can give the exercise. You guys can perform that. If you get stuck with something, we can always help on that, Ali. See,
Okay.
project is nothing. It's just a collection of more than one transformation. That's all,
Yeah,
right? For
yeah,
example, just
exactly.
now we did one SCD type, right? Yes or no? In that, we have
Yeah,
seen source and expression transformation, router transformation. We have also seen sequence generator, right? That's kind of one business scenario. Yes or no?
okay.
Similarly, we can think of many more. For example, let's say we need to perform what I call a calculation of sum of newly added customers per quarterly business. That's one scenario. That's one kind
Mhm.
of project, any project, let us say. Now, what we do to perform that, we read the data from one or two sources, it doesn't matter. Then we sort it, which is arrange the data. Then we can go with what usage of sequence generator to identify uniqueness of each record. Then we go with what aggregated transformation, where we group based on what let's say any input data. What is our goal? Some what I call newly added customers or quarterly business, right? Which is type of business we supply. If you supply quarter, then we'll get the count. We got a count function in the under aggregator, right? Transformation. You can use that,
Right.
then connect that to target. That's one small thing. You got right. So SCD
Yeah.
one example, and this is another example, another kind of project, small project. Yeah. But normally
Mhm.
we deal with very large data. You can also take large data. This for learning, right? Even if you have what is called low volume data, that's also fine because we are trying to understand the concept to meet expectation. Yes or no, Ali? So now
Right.
next, yeah, that's one second lab kind of thing, the scenario based. Then third one, let us say we need to start what do you call getting interacted with the third party application, yeah, which is external to IICS and get the data from external application or two external applications or one external application and try to perform what I call combining the data from one application with a database. So source will be two types. One is a Salesforce, let's say Salesforce or Amazon, whatever, or portal application, and second is let us say database. Now what we need to do, we need to get the data from these two different types of sources, let's say heterogeneous sources, and apply what combination. That's a blind combination, yeah,
Yeah.
or conditional combination. You can think two sub scenarios here. Conditional combination means what? Application source system data of one column or two columns should be compared with what? Database source system with corresponding one or two columns. Once you are done with that, if it matches, you'll get the data in the target. If it doesn't, we'll just send it to another target, which is rejected records or unmatched records. That's going to be one more scenario where we deal with what? Heterogeneous sources. One is, let's say, Salesforce example, another is what?
Right.
Database. That's going to be another one. Now, fourth one. Fourth one, let us say, instead of doing this simple application, let's say we need to take care of what? Portal. In the sense, obtain the data from what? Through URL. And how do you get the data from URL? Through REST APIs or simply by making use of services. Yes or no? So, which
Right.
means, yeah, if you want to pull the data from any third party portal based application, yeah, so then once you are done with that, compare that particular or supply the input from raw source system to portal application. Based on that, we should get the result. For example, I think we talked about item tracking, right, Ali? So,
Right.
which means we supply item ID from the source, and this particular item ID will be used as input for portal. So, portal, right? URL, this item ID is going to take. Then, if it matches, you'll get item details in the target. You got no? So here we are
Right.
trying to deal with what? Normal source is a file or database with what we call portal application, which is going to be another source. So for source one, data will be taken as input for source two, which is a portal. If it matches, you'll get item details. If it doesn't, it will be empty. So that is totally what? Third party portal application.
Portal
That's going to be
application.
one more thing. You got right. So likewise, you can think of many more scenarios. I just talked about, I think, 4 or 5. Likewise, you can talk about many more. If you want me to ask to talk about it, I can talk about tens of examples on that with respect to project. They're all just like exercises. You guys can try it out. So by playing this recording, in case if you get stuck with something, let me know. I can also talk about it with example also. I think we have done it indirectly, but you guys can now perform that. If you try to play all the videos like what we discussed, so
Right.
I think I would have covered like whatever I said it. Here we are just trying to consolidate, but earlier we just talked about as independent features, nothing else. Ali.
I got it. And what about the official certification guardians? So you will provide, or someone else will provide from
No,
the,
actually, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not authorized person to do that. Actually,
right.
to do that, Informatica is they are the right people, Ali. So,
Okay.
but I can only talk about from the technical point of view, what role supported by this particular
Yeah,
IICS.
that's
I think
understood. Yeah, that I can
yes,
understand. Yeah.
yes, exactly. So we just have to apply for certification. So it's in online, you can see that. Then you can just get it certified. Yeah, because see, some people training institute, if they say they can go certificate, it doesn't have meaning because see, certificate, if you give certification means they should have what they call their own product. So their product owners, they are the right people to certify, right, Ali? Because I
And
should not.
no, no, that I agreed. I know it. But what they said, the Mind Magic's people, they said, we will give the guardians and we'll help you out for the certification. So what I thought, maybe, they will register it from themselves and then they will give the points to us to write down. My impression was a little different.
That part's online. Just if you just search online certificate for ISS, you'll get it. Just go through with those steps and then apply. Then they'll give some date. You just have to attend that exam. If you score well, you'll get certified, or else you need to try next time. Ali. So that's
Uh,
a
How
process.
much,
Just
how much is the fees
an
for
exam.
ISO certification? Do you know?
Yes, Ali.
Do you have, do you have any idea how much is the fees for the ISCS certification?
No, they keep on getting changed, right? Now I don't know. Well, I'll check and update on that.
Around
Right
$340.
now, how much?
$340 around.
Yes, because they keep getting changed, right? Because as and when the features gets added, right, they'll increase the number. Yeah. So now 340, right? Earlier it was only 270 or 260. Only.
They're making money. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they'll change. For example, see now they are adding, right? So many
Right.
services. So now we just talked about only data integration and what application integration. But I just gave heads up on profiling and quality I'm trying to do. So, but yes, primarily focus on only two things here, right? Data integration, app integration. Yes, sir. So
Yes.
in
Right.
yes, in that perspective, you can just apply certification only for that. Remember, so don't apply generic ISS. You'll fail because generic IICS or IDMC includes what even other microservices. You should be very careful on that, Ali. Right?
That's what. So we are focusing just API and data integration, right?
Only two, yeah. Application integration and data integration. Only these two
Data.
things. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
API.
yes. Now I think yeah. Can you see here, guys? As part of data quality, I'm just trying to talk about some things here. Data quality is very huge actually. That itself would require 20 to 30 hours. But I'm just trying to talk about some high level bullet points here. So in this particular rule specification, we can add what? Any rules, like a mathematical rule, like C equal to A plus B, or any quadratic formula, or trigonometric formula, or any statistical formula output. Based on the output, then we can start what you call uh, carrying out either profiling, or we can also perform any other data quality activities. If you look at these rules, so we don't have any rules defined here, it's empty, right? Now, now let us say we need to perform some what you call some sort of cleansing. So main objective of this particular data quality is what? To perform data cleansing. Cleansing means what? Cleanup. Yeah, like removal of nulls, removal of duplicates, then removal of some special characters, or perform any other data cleanup activity. Yeah. So let's say I'll just put cleanse to perform quality activities, right? Now we can also supply which dimension that we are going to use. See, in data quality, there are 6 dimensional metrics, namely completeness, consistency, uniqueness, timeliness, accuracy, validity. Yeah? And each of those dimension has got its own speciality. For example, if you say accuracy, so we need to make sure that as a result of this particular cleansing, how much accuracy that we expect. Is it going to be 70 percentage, 80 percentage, or some other number? So that's where this particular accuracy dimensional metric would come in here, right? So
Right.
that's it. Yeah. So likewise, completeness means let us say we have a date column. Now we expect date should be either a valid date or not null date. If input data doesn't come as expected, right? Which means if the input doesn't contain no valid date, then also the data is what? Incomplete. If the date is invalid, then also it is incomplete. They are the examples of where we use what? Completeness, data quality, dimensional method. Clear, right? Yes or no? Yeah. So now let us talk about adding one of the cleansing operation. For example, removes values, replace values or whatever. So replace we use a term data standardization, meaning what? Search for some value. If it matches, replace with what? With some other value. For example, let us say we have got data from multiple sources. Example, let's say we have got data from multiple states, state 1, state 2, state 3, and so on. Yes or no? Now, state 1, they follow representing country code as what? IN. State 2, where they represent country code as what? IND. State 3, it's a IND dot. So in this case, what we are trying to do here, so state code and country code. Yes, sir. Now the question, now the question, what do we expect as part of building a solution for data warehouse? As part of building data warehouse, we need to perform cleansing. So we take out all the unwanted things. Then we need to come up with what a quality data, which is going to be the result of any data management activities. For example, in this case, cleanse result is going to be what? Clean data, or we can also say that quality data. Yes or no? Which means, what in this case, every state is following on their own way of representing the country code. Now, what need to be done here? We need to come up with what? Unified representation of this particular country code. So we need to convert n number of representations to single or unique representation, which we call standardization. Yeah. So that's the actual data quality term that we use it here. So which means data quality service that we have within this IICS is not that great. It has got only limited capabilities. Whereas with a standalone version of data quality, it has got widespread features, which means it has got many features. Remember that. Now, if you want to apply this particular concept to solve this particular problem, what we need to do here? So we need to convert n number of representations, which means IN, IND, IND dot. All of them should be replaced with a single and unique representation, let's say India. So wherever there is IN or IND or IND dot, all of them would get replaced with what? India, which means what? As a result of this particular data quality, we are going to make use of unified data, which is going to be the end result of data quality. So this is how we can solve simple business problem by using data quality. Now, can you see here? To perform that, there are three radio buttons that we could see here. Now, let us say we got these country codes for a given state codes, right? Who is going to define these values? So remember, like for example, what to be searched for and what to be replaced with. Who is going to take care of that? Business analyst. So because they are the right people who will have deeper knowledge on data along with the business. So they are the right people who can take a decision like what to be searched for and what to be replaced with. So that could be done with a dictionary we call either dictionary, a reference table, or a base data. These are all synonyms, right? Dictionary will be defined by business analyst, whereas developers are going to refer that particular dictionary in order to perform what data standardization or even other data quality activities. So replace custom strings with a new value. So which this part is basically we do it manually. In the sense, a developer they themselves they can search like what value to be used for search. A new value, let us say here, India, example, right? So or we can also let us say here we can supply 1, 2, 3, whatever. Yeah, whatever. So I'm just trying to give multiple examples here. Yeah. Now that is the replaced value. Now search values we need to define it here. Can you see here? You can just add 1. So wherever there is a 1, it will be replaced with 1, 2, 3. Wherever there is a 2, it will be replaced with what? 1, 2, 3. Wherever there is likewise you can add wherever there is a 4. Like 1 to 4, It's that they are equal in terms of IN, IND, whatever. Yeah. And then replace value is what? New data value, which is a replaced value, right? We give 1, 2, 3. That's it. It's as simple as what? Find and replace. That's all we do as part of this. Now, we can also test in the bottom left where we can supply, let us say, 1 as input here, right? And test it. So agent we need to select and test. If it matches, you'll get the result. If it doesn't, result will be empty. That's it. Yeah. See, it is running here. Once you're done with this, right? These things we can call from data integration. There's a plans transformation, right? That's where we make a call. Remember. Yeah. This is how we can integrate data quality with what? Data integration. Yeah. So let it get executed. We are just trying to test it independently, which is what we call unit testing, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Can you see here? 1. This is the 1, right? So search value is 1. It is matching with this 1, which is part of, that's a reference table. And then replace value is what? 1, 2, 3. And output is what? 1, 2, 3. That's it, which means input data would compare with this particular expectation, which is business expectation. If it matches, we could get the corresponding result, which is the replaced value. That's it. And scope as access specifiers, they'll be used as the conditional check could be based on what? Start value or end value or from anywhere. Anywhere means what? Anywhere from a given input text. That's what it means. For example, A123 or A123B. That's a complete text, let us say. In that, we have got 1, 2, 3, right? There is a match form. Yeah. So which means it expects what set of consecutive characters match form. Then you'll get a corresponding replace value. But in case of a start, it is mandatory that input data, like whatever you're trying to search for, should match with the start or should start with whatever we are defining here. But if it ends with something else, right, it doesn't consider as what? Match. Yeah. But if you have n option selected, right, then the data should end with what? Whatever we are using it for search. That's it. Clear, guys? So that's what we do when it comes to what? Search and replace. We have just completed one simple example. Same thing can apply for many more options like we have seen here, like replace with the dictionary, right? So we can define a dictionary. That's another example. There's a dictionary that we can define within this data quality itself. Yeah? So that's it. This is a one thing. Then we can also add, see, can you see dictionary here? So this dictionary part should be done by business analyst, logically speaking, because see, how do we define what we call customer related data, right? Which is customer expectation. Usually we don't expect that kind of knowledge from developers or designers. Then from whom you can expect this knowledge? Business analyst. Remember, that's where this particular dictionary part would come in over here. If you already have any dictionaries, we can get it selected. Remember that, right?
So business analysts know how to get inside there and upload it, right? Like whatever they have done the coding and
Exactly. Fine. So now let us say, so we need to start performing parsing part. Parsing again is going to be what? So divisioning of input data into multiple words or multiple characters. So, for example, there is a full name as input data. We need to divide that into what? First name, last name, middle name, and salutation. To do that, we can make use of this particular parsing transformation of parsing plans operation. Right? Here, we can just go and this parsing could happen based on dictionary, or it could happen with a manual option. We define regular expression where based on regular expression, we can go with what? Exact match or probable match. We all know that, right? So once you define regular expression, then if the input data matches the regular expression, parsing would take place. If not, unparsed data would be unparsed. That's going to be one more data quality. I'm just trying to touch upon some high level data quality aspects. So then verify is basically we use it for address verification, guys, because if you get address data from any country, now we need to compare this particular address data with what reference data we call. You know, address reference data for India, address reference data for US, address reference data for Canada. Yeah. So input data from whichever country it comes, right? We need to compare with corresponding country reference data. If it matches, address is delivered. If it doesn't, address can't be delivered. Such things can be done by using what? Verified transformation or verified plunge activity. Then label is basically we can apply label based on the match. Like to identify product, right? We go with the barcodes or labelers, right? So in such cases, we can use this label transformation. And exception transformation, like let us say we all know that if something goes bad, if the data is different from what we expect, we consider those records as what bad records. Now the question: once you identify bad records, who is going to fix those bad records, guys? Business analyst. So we'll send output of this particular bad record that will be taken as input to whom? Business analysts, where they'll open bad records and they'll start taking a decision like what to fix or what not to fix. That's where exception cleansing operation would come in. Yeah. Likewise,
How,
deduplicate.
Narasimha, how can the business analyst will decide what exactly the error is to fix?
Errors we
Like,
let us say, for example, we expect length of name, which should be greater than 2 characters. If it
right,
is greater than 2 characters, good data. Less than or equal to 2 characters, bad data.
but
We did.
right.
This is a
So
developers
as
will
per as per our comments, they will mention it here. That's it.
exactly. No, no. Let us say no. These rules you'll get it from business analyst only, because who
Okay.
is the right person who can define rules? We just configure it. We in the sense developers, but from where we
Yes,
apply it? From
the
business
business
analyst.
analyst will communicate with the product owner, and then he will come up with
Exactly.
all the documentation and all, right?
Exactly. So that is why BA people they'll define rules. Developers they configure it. The result
So,
of this, let's say, condition, right? They'll be sent to some bad records, some good records. Those bad records will be communicated back to business analyst. So where they will take a call by consulting
uh,
with the end users or
that makes sense. Makes sense. Makes
they
sense.
can also fix it by themselves. Yeah,
Yeah, makes sense. Understood. Yeah.
exactly. That's a normal flow we follow, right?
Right,
Yes.
right, right.
Yeah, bad record. This is what we call bad record flow. Likewise, deduplicate or duplicate. For example, let's say we got duplicate records. Ali. Yeah, let's say two banks where the merger happened. Now one record should be written for Ali customer. In that case, what we need to do? So these two records will be sent as input to business analyst where they will take a call, which is the right record, first one or second one, or mix of both. So that part
Right.
will be taken care by business analyst. That's going to be what?
Format of
Duplication, duplication, which means converting matching record, duplicate records to what? A single record, which is going to be the master record or quality record or single version of a tool, right?
right.
So
Understood.
that's it, guys. Yeah. Now you can ask any kind of question. Yeah. Not only now, anytime, guys, you can just drop an email, or I'll also give my personal mail ID also. I'll just type it here. You can ask any kind of question anytime, guys. So whenever I get free time, right, I'll respond to your question
What is
definitely.
your personal ID?
Yes, I'm trying to type here. Yes, I've just kept it here. nrkanarsimareddy@gmail.com. Fine. You can just drop an email about any technical questions, guys. I'll respond. Fine.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Sounds
Yeah. Now, if you have any kind of question, you can shoot out. Even now also I'm ready. Anytime you can ask any kind of question, guys. I'm supposed to answer, I'll definitely answer. Fine. Even if I don't know also, I'll definitely get the answer for you. Right?
Understood, Narasimha. Thank you very much. At least you give your email ID if you have any doubt. So
Yes.
obviously we'll mail you.
Yes. Yeah.
Is there any sample question, like a mock sample question to crack the interview or something?
Oh, you want that? Huh?
Yes, please.
I'll send some of them. Actually, I have
Yeah.
many sets. I don't know whether they'll accept or not, but yes, I'll share some of them, Raymond and others. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Narasimha.
Okay.
Thank you so
Let's
much.
go, guys, and bye. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Narasimha. Appreciate it. Thanks a
Bye.
lot.
Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, bye everyone.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Manu.